this is Beau. Now we're here to review Jason Bourne. Now, this is the 5th installment in the Bourne franchise, and before we get down to this review, I just want to tell you that I have not seen the other Bourne movies, but I have heard of them and heard a lot of great things about them. The only one thing that I heard that was bad was the Bourne Legacy, and that was with Jeremy Renner. Now, again, I haven't seen the franchise, so I don't know much about the story plot. So when I went into Jason Bourne, I was kind of concerned because I got to see this movie, The Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, and when I went to see that movie, I did not see the Hobbit trilogy before seeing that one. So, but The Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, it made sense, and I was able to watch it and understand the plot a little bit, but there were some things in there that I didn't understand because I didn't see the other movies. So when going into Jason Bourne, I was concerned that that would have been the same reaction that I came out of the theater. I didn't understand any plots or anything like that, or I didn't understand what was going on, this and that. That's my thought, my reaction to it. But I came out of Jason Bourne, guys, and I really liked this movie. This was a really good movie. The pacing was great, the action scenes were top notch, and a lot of the thrilling moments in the movie was actually really thrilling. They weren't like, things that just came out of nowhere or something like that. They were very well put thrilling moments in the movie, and it was actually a very good paced movie as well. It took its time, and there was good scenes, some good dialogue scenes, some great action scenes, and it's a pretty good movie for the most part. Now, obviously Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, he has been doing the role for years now. He still knows how to do that role to a T. And yes, Jason Bourne would take James Bond's butt any day, anytime. Just saying. After watching this movie, yeah, Jason Bourne can definitely take James Bond's butt. But yeah, there's a lot of great other people in this movie as well. Tommy Lee Jones, who plays the villain, he was actually really good in the movie. I was surprised by that. The performance was pretty good in the movie, and he's a pretty menacing villain. And other characters that I won't really talk about because I can't remember their names nor their actors' names. Again, I haven't seen the Jason Bourne franchise, so I don't know much about these characters. But a lot of the other characters were great. The other characters that were great was Alicia Vikander. I can't say her name. She was also in the Man from Uncle and also Ex Machina. She was pretty good in the movie as well. For her role, again, I can't spoil what that is because there's some spoiler-y things that happen. But she's pretty much an agent in the CIA. That's the only thing I can really talk about. But she's a pretty good character for the most part. She's very interesting. She's very she doesn't really have much of personality traits. And for her character, I actually kind of like that she can have a personality. She's kind of like this, one-dimensional character, and she doesn't really do much out of the movie except, trying to catch Jason Bourne as everyone else is trying to do. So, her character is kind of weak, I'll admit that, but she was actually kind of good, for the most part. Especially when you know more things towards the end of the movie. Again, I won't spoil it, but there's reasons why she's good, but I can't spoil it, that's why. So, a lot of positives here. Is there any bad things about the movie? Yes, there's two glaring things that I found coming out of the movie. The first thing that I noticed, and I think a lot of people noticed it as well, was the camera movement in this movie. A lot of the camera movement in this movie was very off. Like, it felt like a Zack Snyder movie, where things zoom in and zoom out, and sometimes very shaky camera movement. There's a lot of things like that in this movie, and some of them are flashback scenes from the Bourne franchise, but that's understandable. But for just the Jason Bourne movie itself, there are a lot of shaky camera movements in this movie, and for the most part, it's okay. Like, I got to get past it, but through the beginning of the movie, you really see those camera movements, and they're very, very clear. A lot of the zooming in and out, and a lot of the shakiness happens in the beginning of the movie, but once you get past the beginning of the movie, it actually gets, nice and flat in terms of the camera movement, so it gets a little bit better, but that's just one thing that I found was kind of glaring. The other thing that I found that was kind of glaring for me, and this was honestly something that I don't know, again, I haven't seen the Bourne franchise, so I don't know if this is something that is because of his character, or if this is something that, this is like something that's in tone with his character, but Matt Damon didn't have that many lines in the movie. He didn't have much of much lines, or honestly that much of an appearance right at the beginning of the movie. He was kind of like, this vigilante type of character, and I understand that that's his motives and this type of character traits, but he didn't have, much of a screen appearance as I thought he was going to have. I thought we were gonna see him throughout the entire movie, and we do see him, but he's just like, you know, like walking around in the shadows, and when he does get his lines, they're actually pretty cool, and you know, they're pretty sweet, but that's just like, you know, the two things I thought that were kind of learned. But overall, guys, Jason Bourne was a really good movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was really well done, and I don't think that the 60% on Rotten Tomatoes was a good score. I think this movie definitely deserves around an 80% because it was very well paced and it was a pretty good movie. For me, guys, I'm going to give this movie an 8.9 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 because it was a really good movie and I really enjoyed myself watching it. It was a great thriller, it had some great action, and it was a pretty good movie for the most part. Just the camera movement was just very glaring to me, and I guess Alicia Vikander and Matt Damon's screenplay and mostly the performances could have been a little bit better in my opinion, but they were still great performances nonetheless, and I just think that Alicia Vikander could have been a little bit more, you know, useful as a character as well. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys watched Jason Bourne already, because I'm recording on Thursday. I just came out for the first showing, and tell me if you guys like the movie or hate the movie, and just give me your thoughts on it. So that's it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys want to see a spoiler review for this movie, because there is some things I would like to talk about, but it's in spoiler territory. So let me know. But that's it for this video review. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, if you like these videos, Beau out. See you next time.